2027 at BIEC Bengaluru. But I would like to highlight one important aspect of Global Food Pro. Global Food Pro is not just a 3-day exhibition. The exhibition in May 2027 is a culmination of a 10-month journey of engagement, knowledge sharing, networking, and industry interaction. Through this period, we aim to bring the industry together through knowledge sessions, webinars, conferences, discussions, expert interactions, and business-focused engagements, so that the ecosystem is connected well before everyone meets at the exhibition. And today's session marks the beginning of that journey. This is the first Global Food Pro Knowledge Series, and we are pleased to begin this series with a topic that is highly relevant to the future of the food industry. Future of food processing, innovation, sustainability, and technology shaping India's food industry. We will hear from our distinguished speaker, followed by an interactive Q&A session. Participants who are also requested to mention any questions or queries that you have in the chat. Queries that you may have to be in the chat box during the session. These will be taken up and addressed during the Q&A session, giving everybody an opportunity to interact with our speaker. And it's a privilege to have with us today a very distinguished expert in this field, Dr. C. Anandaramakrishnan. Mrs. Vasudha here will be introducing our guest. Over to Vasudha.
Thank you, Anupama. Has Dr. Anandaramakrishnan joined us yet?
No, not as of yet.
Okay. So, welcome all to a great evening today. This is our very first webinar on the knowledge series that we have started at Global Food Pro. And while we wait for Dr. Anandaramakrishnan to join us, which he will be in a few minutes, I'd like to present to you a quick update on what Global Food Pro is all about and introduce you to what we're doing here. So let me just share my screen. So like Anupama just introduced, Global Food Pro is a premium international food exhibition and conference that we are conducting from the 13th to the 15th of May 2027 at BIEC Bangalore. We are focusing mainly on 17 food industry sectors. The vision of Global Food Pro here is to build a premium platform for the food processing ecosystem. The idea is to connect industry, startups, academia, investors, and policy makers, and to drive innovation, sustainability, and growth in the food sector. The objectives of Global Food Pro are to showcase products, technologies, and solutions, primarily also to focus on these products that are developed by our MSMEs in the sector, to facilitate business networking and partnerships, to promote startups and innovation in the space, and also to enable knowledge sharing and policy discussions. The event highlights, as mentioned here, are the exhibition itself, the conference sessions that we are going to be conducting through the 10-month period until 2027 of May. Startup Pavilion, where startups are encouraged to participate at Global Food Pro to showcase their products, their innovation, and their technology. Awards and recognition for the best technology that has been developed, buyer-seller meets, and investor connect programs. This is an international trade show, and buyer-seller meets are organized with multiple countries who are interested in importing from India. We are focusing on 17 sectors here. We are covering the entire farm to fork model. So food processing, manufacturing, bakery, beverages, spices and condiments, dairy products, vegetable and fruit processing, ice creams, sweets and confectionery, savory and snacks. We are also focusing on millets and pulses, frozen food, the restaurant sector, wellness products, and pet food. And not just in terms of the food itself, but also in terms of food manufacturing machinery, packaging machinery, and also up to labeling. So anyone who participates at Global Food Pro will get an end-to-end of the entire supply chain, starting from farm to the fork, which is the product in itself, until it's packaged, labeled, and presented to a customer. So at Global Food Pro, we believe that initiatives in the food space are to be highlighted, and we this year are focusing in the first edition on food traceability as an initiative. Food traceability is extremely important, as we all know. As consumers become aware and regulators, retailers, and exporters increasingly want transparency in where the food is coming from, how it's handled, and whether it's safe or not, food traceability is an initiative and an imperative initiative in the world today. With regard to the startup pavilion, we have already prepared a concept note for the startup pavilion, and we will be, for those of you who are following our knowledge series, we will slowly be talking and introducing that particular concept as well. But to give you an update, startup and innovation initiatives are what we're going to be driving here at the startup pavilion. At this pavilion, we are going to bring together startups, investors, corporates, government agencies, incubators, and industry leaders, where we are able to enable them to foster collaboration, investment, technology, adoption, and business growth across the global value food chain. The startups, investors, corporates, government incubators, and industry leaders are going to be a part of this particular initiative. We have a very distinguished advisory committee who's helping us with industry introductions, speaker recommendations, sponsorship support, exhibitor referrals, and strategic guidance. So Global Food Pro, like we mentioned earlier, is not just aimed at being a food or a trade show alone. Participants and exhibitors at Global Food Pro will enjoy a 10-month engagement where buyer-seller meets are going to be facilitated online with the interested parties, so business can happen and culminate at the Global Food Pro that's happening from the 13th to the 15th of May 2027.
So we will play now you can stop sharing so that we will play our video. What we have
yes, sir.
Look closely at the global economic landscape today. The food processing, packaging, and technology sector has scaled far beyond traditional boundaries. It has emerged as a critical driver of macroeconomic stability, modern automation, and international trade lines. Across every continent, consumer demand is maturing at an unbelievable pace. Markets are expanding, and global distributors are actively searching for the absolute pinnacle of high-integrity processing infrastructure. The environment is perfectly primed for a monumental leap forward. Right at the center of this global momentum stands India. Driven by a phenomenal manufacturing engine of over 63 million MSMEs, our processing ecosystem is operating at peak capability. This is an industrial superpower on an absolute trajectory to cross a spectacular $700 billion by the year 2030. India possesses the world-class factories, the intense entrepreneurial energy, and the unyielding quality standards required to meet global demand. We are no longer just participating in the market, we are ready to lead it. To turn this historic momentum into definitive global leadership, the highest administrative pillars of the nation have stepped forward. This massive industrial strength is now fully reinforced by the visionary support of the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Government of India. And working hand in hand to empower our industrial foundation is the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, and is the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. Behind the scenes, a master-level B2B architecture has been engineered, a solution designed to bridge the gap between Indian manufacturing excellence and global trade networks. A high-performance business engine is about to be unleashed. The alignment is complete. The stage is perfectly set. 17 core industrial focus areas unified. Elite backing from the country's premier ministries. Direct entry to international trade lines. A permanent 12-month commercial acceleration engine. Welcome to Global Food Pro 2027. Taking place from the 13th to the 15th of May 2027 at the world-class Bangalore International Exhibition Centre. This landmark platform is brought to life by the IMS Foundation in proud association with Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka. This is not a fleeting 3-day exhibition. This is an integrated, permanent movement. What sets Global Food Pro entirely apart is its brilliant 12-month commitment model. Your business growth begins the very moment you secure your participation. You unlock a year-round engine of commercial acceleration featuring continuous digital promotion, early international delegate introductions, and dedicated buyer matchmaking that supports your business even when you travel abroad. An unmatched value chain spanning 17 specialized sectors, from advanced machinery and processing automation to dairy, bakery, millets, spices, wellness products, and import-export services, all operating in complete synergy under a single roof. This is where real business outcomes happen. Global Food Pro 2027 will bring together over 250 top-tier exhibitors, more than 20,000 targeted industry professionals, and 500 senior delegates. This is the definitive hub where corporate enterprises establish premium contract manufacturing partnerships with emerging MSMEs and where global trade deals are finalized. The global center of the food processing industry is shifting, and it is anchoring itself right here in India. Supported by the Government of India and by the Government of Karnataka, and led by our brilliant business champions, the stage is set. Secure your space at Global Food Pro 2027. Take your place on the grand stage of international commerce and let us connect the global food industry together.
Now over to you.
Yes, thank you for that presentation. I'm happy to also announce that we already have 30 confirmed exhibitors at Global Food Pro since the time of the launch in June, on the 25th of June. That's about 1.5 months back. So what we are doing currently is to help map the exhibitors with the buyers from different countries, understanding the exhibitor profile, understanding from the exhibitors what their requirements are, and accordingly mapping buyers from different countries and connecting them to these exhibitors. So like we've mentioned, and we will continue to mention, Global Food Pro is not just about a trade show in May 2027. It's a platform where we are bringing the entire food ecosystem together. So I would urge all members who have participated today, if you are manufacturers, request you to kindly book your stalls for the exhibition. We're just waiting for Dr. Anandaramakrishnan to join in. He is going to take a couple of more minutes. In the meanwhile, if anybody has any queries on the presentation that you just saw, or you want any further details, please feel free to type out your questions in the chat box, and I would be happy to answer them.
Dr. Anandaramakrishnan just now called us. In another 5 minutes, he will be joining. Vasudha, please continue.
Sure, sir. All right, there's a message here from Mr. Kannan. You've paid for the stall already, sir. Miller today. Thank you. Welcome aboard Global Food Pro. There is a registration form that has to be filled up. An email would have been sent across to you, sir. So those of you who have already paid for the stall, I hope you fill up the details and book your space and share the information that we require from you. Something for regulatory personnels as well. I'm sorry, for regulatory personnels, Mudita Verma, can you please elaborate on that, ma'am?
Regulatory bodies are part of our Global Food Pro 2027. Even FSSAI and other regulatory bodies are also part of Global Food Pro. We have texted from Support Global Food Pro, our website. It is in the chat box. Please visit that, and our website, you will get a complete information.
Okay, yeah. So in case you're, okay, so what I'm understanding here, Ms. Mudita, is that you are a regulatory personnel. If you are doing anything in the space of food safety, if that's what you're talking about, yes, you're welcome to participate as well, because MSMEs definitely need to be tied up with regulatory authorities for any kind of licensing or other queries that they could have. So like Bojraji just mentioned, we are associated with, we are tying up with multiple regulatories, including FSSAI, which is the primary, and other trade bodies, also like APEDA, who are a key part of this particular initiative. Stall for startup where I can get charges information. Raju Ramaya. Sir, the information is there on the website already. And to participate in the Startup Pavilion, we are going to be putting out more information. So please follow us on our website and our social media handles. Anupama, if you can also paste our social media handles on the chat, I would request all of you to please follow this space so that you will get more information on the Startup Pavilion and the startup stalls that we are going to be announcing soon. Divam Udyog, looking for help to prepare electronic media for distribution. Sorry, sir. The question is not very clear. If you can please elaborate. So we have put out our social media handles here. Request you all to please follow us on social media for timely updates. We have been putting out regular updates on Global Food Pro, and we will continue to do so. Our confirmed exhibitors will also be advertised on each of our social media platforms. So you can look up on that, and request you to please tag your friends and colleagues as well, in order to share with your friends and colleagues as well, so that, we are able to reach as many people as possible. Any more questions, please feel free to put it in the chat box. We'll just take another couple of minutes. Dr. Anandaramakrishnan is joining us shortly. In the meanwhile, I request you all to please follow our social media handles that are pasted here in the chat. Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. All updates on Global Food Pro are posted on these social media platforms regularly. Request you all to please follow and also share these with your friends, your peers, your colleagues.
I think Dr. Anandaramakrishnan is joined from VSSC ISRO. Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anupama, please start.
Yes.
I think we'll just wait for him to come in and settle down in a minute.
Sure. It is a privilege to have with us today a very distinguished expert in this field, Dr. C. Anandaramakrishnan. Dr. Anandaramakrishnan is a distinguished food processing scientist and currently serves as the director of CSIR, National Institute of Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Trivandrum. He is widely recognized by his contributions to the food processing research and innovation, with expertise in advanced food processing, food nanotechnology, sustainable technologies, and emerging food processing applications. He is also an elected fellow of several prestigious scientific academies, including the National Academy of Sciences, India, National Academy of Agricultural Sciences, Royal Society of Chemistry, and Royal Society of Biology. He's also contributed extensively to research, technology transfer, and industry development in the food processing sector. We are therefore truly honored to have him with us today and look forward to hearing his insights on how innovation, sustainability, and technology are shaping the future of India's food industry. Sir, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Global Food Pro Knowledge Series. With this, I would like to invite Dr. Anandaramakrishnan to take us through today's session. Over to you, sir.
Sorry for the delay, and I need 5 minutes to transfer my presentation because here we can't connect in VSSC. So give me 5 minutes, ma'am. I will transfer. You can talk about Food Pro. 5 minutes, sir.
Welcome, sir. Sure, sir. Definitely, sir. Sure. Thank you all for your patience. Just a couple of minutes and we'll have Dr. Anandaramakrishnan talk to us. And in the meanwhile, if anybody who's joined us now has any queries or wants more information on Global Food Pro, please feel free to type your questions in the chat box. Also, a gentle reminder to everybody, through the session and the course of Dr. Anandaramkrishnan's presentation, anybody has any questions, please put it up in the chat box. We will moderate a question and answer session at the end of the presentation so that we are all able to get a complete view of what sir has to talk about, and your questions will be answered at the end of the session. So we will have an interactive Q&A. Request you all to put your questions in the chat box. Please continue to keep yourselves on mute and so that the session is not disturbed in any ways. We have put up our social media handles on the chat box. For those of you who have just joined us, request you to follow us on each of our social media handles for updates, timely updates on what's happening at Global Food Pro. Also, our website is live. Request you all to please go through our website for more information on Global Food Pro.
So you can also mention about the world record, which we want to do it in the...
Yes. So one of the exciting things about Global Food Pro is to, so we are choosing to create a world record with food that is closer to our roots in Karnataka. And we are attempting to achieve something in these lines of food from Karnataka. The update of that as well will be on our social media soon. We're really excited, and those who, once the announcement is made, those interested in participating and being a part of it can feel free to reach out to us. So we are able to together achieve something substantial. So we are recording this particular session, Mr. Sunil. So we will, this will be going up on our YouTube channel as well. So we will share that information with you, sir, for you to be able to see it to see it later. Help for social media marketing strategy. Yes, sir, we will be sharing the YouTube link towards the end of the session. So, sir, we'd request you to follow us on our social media handles. On the social media platforms, the link will be posted as well. So please follow us on whichever is convenient, or all the 3 or 4 handles that we have: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Please follow us on our social media handles. Anupama, if you can just paste the handles again. Kanchanji, social media marketing strategy. If it's about for exhibitors who are participating at Global Food Pro, we will be definitely highlighting and marketing about the participation of our exhibitors at Global Food Pro, if that's what your question is. Our website has dedicated pages for individual exhibitors as well. So you can use this particular platform to also promote your product or your brand. The social media handles are up on the chat box. Request you all to please follow us on each of these handles. Please also share about Global Food Pro and share these handles with your friends, colleagues, and peers. So we'll be starting in just a couple of more minutes. Thank you all for your patience. In the meanwhile, any queries or questions on Global Food Pro, please feel free to put it up in the chat box. I request all of you to please be on mute. We will be starting in just a couple of minutes. In the meanwhile, I'd like to also highlight here that Global Food Pro is an initiative from IMS Foundation and Lagu Udyog Bharati Karnataka. Lagu Udyog Bharati is a pan-India organization with over 65,000 MSMEs as members. Lagu Udyog Bharati works very closely on defining and refining policies to make life easier for the MSMEs. Multiple trade shows have been conducted under Lagu Udyog Bharati and IMS Foundation. In the last 14 years, we have conducted India Manufacturing Show, which is one of the flagship events of Lagu Udyog Bharati Karnataka. It has been in the space of defense and aerospace and defense and the manufacturing sector. So in continuation with what we have been doing and the experience that we have had in the last 14 years, we are extending this into the food processing ecosystem, and therefore the launch of Global Food Pro. For all the members of Lagu Udyog Bharati Karnataka, for the stalls that you book at Global Food Pro, you will be able to avail a subsidy from the government for the stall booking. So those of you who are not members of Lagu Udyog Bharati Karnataka, I would urge you to please become our members. We can also share the membership link or more information on that towards the end of this particular webinar. The details will be put up in the chat box. So those of you manufacturers, MSMEs who are not a part of Lagu Udyog Bharati can avail membership and become a part of Lagu Udyog Bharati. The stall subsidy is exclusively for members of Lagu Udyog Bharati Karnataka. I'm sorry, for Lagu Udyog Bharati members.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm really sorry. Actually, here we can't use any pen drive or any system. Our VSSC people have tried to do that. Maybe another minute they may able to do uploading the presentation. And once again, thank you so much for a large number of participants joining for that. Already it is a half an hour delay in this program. I will try to do the justice in a minute. We can
So
go
you
with
can talk. Yeah, you can talk, sir. We had all the presentation of Global Pro and all these things. Meantime, once the presentation comes, definitely we can continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And actually, you know that already they would have mentioned about that Global Food Pro is one of the premier program. What is the intent to do by our Lagu Udyog Bharati Karnataka. And I'm happy to be part of the first this type of interaction session. And today I'm going to talk about the food economy in India, how this has been played a vital role for making India as the global food basket. That's the idea what we are planning to do that. One such idea is right now we are doing the world business is less than 1 to 2%, and we need to move to close to the 50 to 20%. Then it is a possible to make it India as the world food basket. That's the idea. If we wanted to make it, which are the area we have to look into that to make things to be happened. That case, yes, it is the wonderful opportunity one can think about starting the food business in our country. See, we look at the food industry itself. Last 10 years is a double-digit growth. No other industry grows double-digit growth in the globe. If you look at continuously for 10 years, only food processing industry has done such a marvelous outcome. And 2025, we are thinking, we thought it will cross close to the $225 billion of the business, but it is gone beyond that limitation. That's what today what we are looking at, and is a predicted more than 800 billion size of the market in another couple of years time as per the KPMG data. For that, which are the product we need to think it will the best bit for the making India as a global food basket. And the Global Food Pro, if you look at, it's the platform what is given to the chance for you to showcase your product, your innovative product, to the not only for Indian customers and throughout the globe. That's what is the all they have planned. And hopefully, once you think this is the platform, we need to showcase your product, and you can meet like me, lot of scientists and the entrepreneurs and the traders and also government agency who can support our either you can processing or the your marketing, all the government support also you can get it. That's what is the plan for the Global Food Pro. And meanwhile, once I planned something on the new novel product and the food processing, that's what my presentation. If not works, I'll go with the only extempo. Sir, otherwise you can, any questions if you ask, we can discuss on the questions. In meanwhile, presentation will be ready.
Yeah, sir, definitely. Everything is possible, sir. You can just briefly about the subject, you can go with that subject. Once the presentation comes, then also it is possible. So, as per your this one, even you can interact with the participants also, it is fine.
Yeah, you can post the questions. Maybe one moderator can look into the questions, or please give the questions, then we can interact. I can speak on which are the topic you like to have a more interaction. I can speak that till that my presentation will be uploaded.
So you can,
Sure.
you can ask,
Yes, sir.
anyone can open
Yes.
this one that they can go with any questions, please.
Thank you, sir. First of all, we will wait for the presentation to come up. But in the meanwhile, like Dr. Anandaramakrishnan just mentioned about the available market size and the scope of the growing market in the food processing sector. If any of you here, food enthusiasts, have any questions on this particular subject, you can please mention that in the chat box so that I can moderate the session with Dr. Anandaramakrishnan.
Even if they are, if they have any challenges in their food processing, Dr.
Yes.
Anandaramakrishnan is the right person. They can come up with any of their challenges, can be moved to Dr. Anandaramakrishnan. Whatever the
Yes.
solution they want, they are looking at. Surely, please.
Sure. So this is a very good opportunity to take to be able to talk to Dr. Anandaramakrishnan. He's usually extremely busy with a lot of work that he does. Varsha Shukla, ma'am, please post your question on the chat box. Okay. So we have we have a question from Ms. Mudita Verma. Anand sir, please suggest some areas to work upon using nanotechnology in packaging of food. Recent trend globally. That's one of the recent trends globally. So your take on nanotechnology in packaging of food, sir.
Yeah, nanotechnology, it is started very early itself, but in the packaging side, one is that increase the strength. Main problem of bio packaging, if you wanted to go for alternative to the petroleum margin packaging film, bio packaging, there the barrier properties are very, very less. So we can add the nano composite in it, so increase the strength. That is the one people are using, especially for the MMT, that is the clay. They use us to increase the barrier property and the strength. Both the clay used to do that. So that one area you can think. Then nano sensors. That is the one. Second one is that nano sensors. So again, that is the wonderful area. One can think about it, how your spoilage indicators can be captured, and it will give. Suppose, for example, your quality of the meat, fish, whatever inside, even ice creams spoiled, that will be given. Like for example, is a prawns and meat fish, amines will be come out. So that will changes the color of the packaging film. So that is the nanosensors, biosensors combined. We can use it to see that the material is spoiled. So that's the way one can use material of nanotechnology. And the sensor side, we can, yes, packaging integrated with the biosensors and nanosensors will help to indicate is material is spoiled or not. That's what widely used. And then packaging itself as a development of packaging film, nano fillers and all other things they are using. Nano fillers they uses including the rubber fillers and the material, different material, gold nanoparticle or the antimicrobial films. Then you can include the silver nanoparticle and other things. If you put it in the casting the film or blowing the film, that film also acts as the antibacterial. So that's what it is. So you can use all this area for the extending the shelf life and the spoilage reduction. All these things can be done.
Thank you, sir. We have our next question from Ms. Jayashri Gramopadhyay. How do you see the future of freeze-dried end products like hummus products for HoReCa market?
Where? Which market?
Yeah, so for the HoReCa market, sir, that's hotel, restaurant, and catering. The question is how. Yes, sir. The question is how do you see the future of freeze-dried end products like hummus products?
Yeah, freeze-dried product now in India it is not that greatly. It's moving on. What we expect a little bit.
Sorry, sir, please.
Outside, if you look at the Gulf countries, yes, it is the really is moving fast. Freeze-dried product all will going on the very fast mode. So freeze-dried product, for example, apple or anything, freeze-dried apple, custard, many fruits and vegetable, including the pineapple, freeze-dried pineapple, all the fruits and vegetable are moving very well. But if you look at in India, it's not doing because the cost. For simple example, coffee, freeze-dried coffee is the almost 5 to 10 times higher than the cost of the normal spray-dried coffee. But because of that expenses, what we are facing into that, that's the main problem. It is not moving fast in the market. But if you're able to do properly and you can do export market, especially the Gulf and Southeast Asia and as well as the Europe region, it can go.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Varsha Shukla. Can we make pulses-based breakfast mixes like chila mix, dokla mix, soup mix, etc.?
Yes. Why this pulses-based mixes is the doing very well is mainly for the protein. Pulses have a more than 20% protein. That's what people are going behind that. And now also people mixing with a high amount of the protein because countries are facing the protein deficiency. One way of looking into that, go for the enhanced protein. So that's the purpose they are going into that. So if you make it from the increase the pulses into any of the formula, your protein content will going to increase. So that's the way people are looking into that, adding into the pulses into the any of the products. So definitely that will help for the increasing the protein content, and in turn it will help to make it a good product as well as selling point. Now today protein market is one market going mad. Like people wanted to have a high protein product. So high protein comes from where? Only from the meat. Alternative to that, alternative protein source from the vegetarian origin. One is that this type of pulses and all other product you can add into that. Where is the cheaper protein we'll get? The protein cost also nowadays it is increasing like anything. So that sense, yes, we can think about a pulse protein. One way of looking into that, you can think about into adding into this and do that the business.
Thank you, sir. We have one more question from Mr. Raju Ramaya. How is the market in India for natural color extraction over synthetic color, which is used very extensively?
Yeah, that is the one is a really good question. This is this area that where I am sitting in the Kerala. You know that two companies are there. One is that Synthite and then Plant Lipids. Both are doing more than 1,000 crore business in the global oleoresin industry belongs to India. More than 60% of the oleoresins have done in the
So you're on mute. Sir, I think you've been muted.
Are you okay?
Yes, now it's audible. So
Yeah,
yes.
that's what that you can think about the synthetic flavor cheap because there's a chemical. But if you go to the natural flavors, now many countries, foreign countries, they wanted to use only a natural color, and now food safety is the biggest issue. So please think about non-synthetic natural color. Natural color will give definitely is the big edge over the synthetic, but cost also very high and the processing condition also entirely different. The flavor and color, both natural is always preferred. Now many countries are banning the synthetic color usage in the food. In that sense, yes, this is the right time one can invest and start doing the good business on that.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from Gayatri Industries. We are manufacturing millet-based instant mixes, ready-to-cook products, but the market size is macro level at present. We would like to know which Indian products have more demand abroad.
Yeah, that's what I prepared the slide. Actually, this type of questions I'm anticipated. That's what I prepared. But I'm telling you that millet, yes, the way we started millet promotional, all government of India is started, but somehow we stuck because two things. It's a very difficult to convince the audience or the customers beyond one point. Even we are not able to convince Indian customers for the millet usage. Then you think about the Western country, how we can convince them to take the millet as the stable food. That's what we stuck. And millet itself has the lot of inherent issues are there. One is the digestibility and all other issues, the processing issues, storage issues, and all. That's what we add the millet product into the biscuits. Biscuit shelf life will be reduced, not more than 6 months. So then we need to think how best we can do the processing. So all these things putting the problem in the millet products, but still in India, they are doing a really good business on the some of the people the doing good. So you need to think which is the market. If you look at millet, maximum consumption happening in the Middle East and Southeast Asia population. So if you target on that population is fine, but millet can't go to the Western world. People have tried, many companies have failed. So you need to think where you can expand your market.
Sure, sir. Thank you. We have our next question from Bojraji. How can India adopt advanced technologies such as AI, IoT, robotics, and automation in food processing?
Yeah, this is a good, sir. Actually, now without AI, you can't move anything further because for starting and grading, it's for example, tomato. Tomato, if you wanted to start and grading, one way is color shorter and other things are there. But AI enabled will give how much water content, how much it is the insects are there as spoilage. Everything can be easily mapped and it gives. That's what AI. And that some of the other areas, machinery automation and like live automation, when it's something is goes on the line processing itself, you wanted to see the moisture content, you wanted to adjust some of the parameters, everything can be done together. That's what digital they are world they are doing it. For example, even blockchain also is can be coupled with AI. But earlier we used to do that this one like making in sorry sorry 1 minute there. I think we are able to do PDF now. Yeah, we got it finally. Like a digital tunes that will give the online itself feedback, then you can operate it. So definitely that will help. And other even ML machine learning will help to do the some of the data analysis. Based on that, even recipe calculation, all these things can be done. Are you able to see my slide?
No, sir, not yet.
No? Entire screen.
No, sir.
I thank to this VSSC IT team. Almost 7-8 people are working continuously. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. Now we can. Maybe you can make that full screen. Yes. We'll continue.
I'm sorry for that.
No
so
problem.
Definitely that will help to solve this one. Definitely IT and all. I have these one session also. I made it for that. And what I'm trying to do that today is present. Can I start the presentation, ma'am?
Yes, sir, you could. So I'd request the participants to please continue to be on mute. Thank you for your patience. Sir will now do the presentation, and any questions that you have during the presentation, request you to please post it in the chat box. We will moderate the questions for you at the end of the presentation. Ms. Hema Madan, we have your question here, but we'll take it up at the end, ma'am, after the presentation is done. Yes, sir, over to you. You can continue with the presentation.
Yeah, sorry for again one more time, because
No
today is the space day. VSSC, because when we landed the Chandrayaan, that's the third year of remembering that. So we have a celebration here. They invited me as a chief guest at VSSC, where that full structure, that Vikram structure has been designed and developed at the same place. So I'm happy to be part of that. Thanks to the whole team who made it happen this one. And I'm going to talk about innovation, technology, sustainability, shaping the future of food processing. One minute. Important aspect of food economy is the one is the production. It's a small farmers and farmer producers organization. Then processing, the primary processing, that is the what farm gate level, sorting and grading, all these things. Then value addition is taken, that is a secondary processing. Then tertiary processing is goes along with the packaging. Just now they asked, packaging is played a major role to attract the people, safety of the product, transport. These three are comes the technology aspect, primary processing to the packaging. Then comes for the distribution marketing. Most of the time we often forgot, and this is the one vertical part of the vertical is the food economy, is the distribution, that both supply chain as the internal or the local, and we'll go for the global supply chain market. And third one is the consumer choice. That is the most important one. Finally, sustainability. Whatever we do, sustainability of the product as well as the global, we need to think about it. But for simple example, why the consumer choice? But whole Europe, they import almost 1.8 billion worth of the biscuit. But what is that country is exporting from the India is a 2.1 million, not even a 1%. We produce good number of wheat and sugar, but we are not able to make a good biscuits to that. So what the European customers want, what type of material you have to make, that is the most important to decide on that. That's what that choice. Now we'll go with the one by one, the food production. This is the what the question has raised. India is the fourth largest economy. We are moving towards the third largest economy. Our agriculture, food is coming along with agriculture, is contributing 18% of our GDP. For that, if you look at, we produce almost more than 1 billion size of the net production, and the total import, what we are doing it is the 32 billion size of the food product. Export is the 48 billion worth of the commodities we are exporting. If you look at that both import and export, you have that lot of import still we are doing it. So that if we able to supplement, that's going to be a big benefit to the market. That's what we try to do that. And this is what I mentioned about that data, a lot of other data also. This data is I taken from the KPMG data. 2022, it was 860 billion. It's predicted 1,200 billion. and we are producing number one in the rice, wheat, and maize. But our export market is very, very less. We are doing the business of agri export only 48 billion. Think about Thailand, smaller country, one state of the country is a 49 billion. Malaysia, 34 billion. Even Netherlands doing the 153 billion. That's what we need to think how we can enhance them. Another way you look into that, we have lot of scope. If Thailand and Malaysia can do, why not India can't reach that much export market in the food? This slide gives some fair idea. Someone asked the question about which state or which country we need to think about it. Import export of agriculture commodities, not a processed food. We are importing vegetable oil from where? Indonesia, Malaysia, pulses, Australia and Canada, fresh fruits, Thailand and Vietnam, sugar, spices, still we are importing, but we are exporting rice, spices and all different countries. Yes, wanted to do the food business, you need to think which are the countries we are importing the product. Can we make that product and the same type of quality we can able to do it in the Indian market? Definitely Indian consumers and the industry will try to adopt it. Then move on to the processed food market. Again, alcoholic beverages, cocoa powder and the cereal preparation, all are we are importing. And look at where countries, the small countries we have started, even Vietnam, we are importing the product, and also cereals, Australia, Canada, and the juices, Vietnam. But we are exporting into the marine product, yes, that meat and other stuffs also we are doing cereal preparations, fruit juice also we are exporting USA and that. So this gives a clear idea where we can pitch in and which business one can think about. If you are thinking about substituting the import or you wanted to do export market, these are the product you can think about it. And these are the two market, the major market of US and the Europe. The whole US, cereal preparation, cocoa product, and the meat, fish, oil seed, all what they import. None of the products are from the India. If you look at other side, this European side, then again oil seed, cocoa product, and edible oil and meat fish. Again, Europe also not importing anything except oil seed. India has the 1.2 billion size of the product we are importing. This is the another one exactly for the cereal, global cereal breakfast cereal. One big market is coming up in India. A lot of people already started eating the breakfast cereal, but Indian companies, very few companies attempted. One person asked about the millet. Tata Soul Food, you may be aware of that. They are doing a millet cereal product morning. Soul Food, that company has started, then Tata has purchased. You can think about the similar type of product in India. But another example I can give that the raw cereal product, what we are exporting, 30% is a raw. The flour, what we are telling, only 4%. Processed product of that, only 1%. So this is the what the big gap is. Instead of exporting into the raw form, 30%, you convert into the processed product. For example, any flour, instead of that, you can convert that flour into the biscuit or the whatever the form, processed food. So this is the one area India can think, because plenty of opportunities are there, but we are not doing the good at this area. Then dairy, again, we are not doing much business, less than a 1%. Cheese, again, you can look at the existing market and still we can go for the Russia and China. Again, butter is the same. So potential market, whatever I given the color, already we are doing Australia and other places, the red color where it is given the butter, but we need to go for the other area that also can be there. This gives the some fair idea which are the product we are importing, where we can go for the export. If you look at the processing, yes, title as given, I wanted to give some area, but I'm not going, this is not the technical talk. So I'm not going to give each and everything is a very, very detailed scientific technological input, but I'll give you some idea about these are the product new age technologies one can think about making the product 3D footprint. This will give the personalized nutrition layer by layer printing, and this give very good shape and size. But industrially, it is a very, very tough to move because of production rate is very less. But still, some of the people makes like impossible meat, alternative meat, that business using the food 3D printing, they are doing the good business. One can think about it, but this is the one business, food business. Two things you have to think about it. One is that your product should be unique and new, no competitor in the market. Then succeeding rate is very, very high. This is the one way of looking at it. Other way is mass market means you need to do the volume. The volume business, how big you are making, then you can get. 3D printing comes in the way of succeeding into the unique thing, including the 4D printing. For example, pasta noodles, you can print as the flat, then you put the hot water or the milk, it's become a toasted and it's making into the palatable form. And another one is the alternatives, the protein alternatives, salt alternatives, sugar and fat alternatives. You see that everywhere, protein, protein, protein. The how you can supplement, that is the most important. And if you look at life expectancy, today is 72 years. When we got independence, our life expectancy was 35. Still, some of the countries, they live more than 100 years. Why we are losing that our life is that nutrition product we are not taking. India is suffering anemia and stunting. And look at this picture. Malnourishment is increasing in our country. More than 18% in children under the 5 suffers from wasting, and the woman's anemia is 53%. To solve this one, we need to think entirely different one. The anemia, if you look at either Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, southern states, all are highest diabetic population except Kerala. Kerala is anemia is less, but diabetic Kerala is leading. Wherever one eating the rice, it is increasing the your diabetic. And protein market, if you look at, it's a 9% growth rate and continuously increasing the protein. Protein-based, plant-based protein market is 33%. Even insect, they're converting as the protein that they're selling. And you can see that how that oats consumption in 750,000 oats we are importing. Can we able to supplement that? Oats is taken two purpose. One is the protein and there's a low GI product. Low GI product market also India is increasing. I got a Tata Transformation Prize. That money has been invested to develop the rice that is the low GI, high protein. This is the rice what we develop in the CSIR-NIIST, the broken rice. The rice milling is a 30% waste. They taken the 30% waste rice, we made it again rice with the 20% protein and glycemic index low as less than 50. That's what we have done. And it is the extrusion technology. The technology is ready, and we added the iron, folic acid, vitamin B12 as well. And it is the protein is 22%, fiber is 3%, and cooking time 25 minutes. Added to that iron, folic acid, vitamin B12. And we have done the glycemic response, and it is the less than 50. We have done the human trial. It is very well showcased the how the glycemic response has been taken. This has been picked up by the many media, and they talked about Green Revolution 2.0 and all other things, including the Chinese media talked about this rice. This rice is going to be released by the Tata Consumer Product in October, most probably. And you know all these people, they talked about this rice. October, this rice will be available in the market with a high protein and low GI product. This can be one of the way one can look into that, the stable product or the cereal what we are talking. Instead of, can we replace 750,000 ton of the oats? Yes, possibly, but we don't know consumer acceptance when the product will come to the market. Then you can think of a lot of videos are available in the net. You can see about that technology. Right now, we given two companies. After launching them, only we are planning to give other technology. Another alternative to the salt. Again, India is consuming almost 9 gram of salts. Ideally, we have to take only 5 gram. Even China takes the 17 gram. And again, salt, low sodium market. I told you salt, sugar and fat alternative has the biggest market right now. We developed the hollow salt. It has the 86% less sodium. So if the perception of the sodium is very, very less, you can think of it. And the sustainable packaging. Another area I wanted to touch upon that, we see that packaging material everywhere we are using. 2010, it is the 4 kilogram of packaged material. Right now, it is the 8 kilogram we are using. And Alternative to this, we need to find a way how best we can do that is important. Like people may think about, can we go for the paper, we have to cut the tree. 15 billion trees are cut, need a 4x more energy, 70% more pollution. It's not a good alternative. And also multi-layer packaging also, it is not possible to do that. And glass is the one people will prefer, but again, it produces the CO2, SO2, NOx. Again, recycling is the very, very tough. Then immediately we think, can we go for aluminum? Per ton of the PET polyethylene terephthalate produces 2.23 ton of CO2, but aluminum is produced 12.22 ton of CO2, 4x more CO2. So paper is not a good alternative, glass is not a good alternative, aluminum is also not a good alternative. CSIR-NIIST has started the national level mission program on sustainable packaging, alternative to the PET, alternative to the this biopackaging films. And this is the what we developed. This is the PDF file, so we are not able to play the video. But what we did, whatever the waste, the PET bottle converted as the PBAT. Indian Institute of Chemical Technology (IICT) has been done. This PBAT is 100% biocompostable. That can be used for the packaging film, and even we have transferred the technology. Then look at the Vegas and paddy straw. We use the PLA and we made the containers. This technology also available. This can be food containers. This is another area. This is the what packaging machine. But we developed this alternative to biodegradable PET bottle. From the starch, from the cornstarch, PLA, polylactic acid, we convert into the preform, what I have shown. The preform we convert as the PET bottle. This technology is ready. Coming October, we are releasing this technology, including the lead. The machine, total operating, everything has been done by CSIR-NIIST. Anyone is interested, please reach us and we will try to transfer this technology. Again, alternative to the glass, we made that PBAT converting into the alternative to glass, especially for the pharma industry and the hospitals, they use a lot of this type of bottle. This technology also available. And also how to reuse the packaging material, especially the paper cups and all. We put the coating on that. That's what we developed this technology. We can reuse the paper cups. For example, when you are using for the drinking water, same cup you can use it again, like how we are using the glass, you can wash and use it. So that's what we developed this technology. And for example, ice creams. If you keep the ice cream in the freezer, you take out the ice cream, it will melt. Again, you keep, that's not the proper ice cream. So indicators what we develop outside. One person, one of the participants asked about nanotechnology. Here is the clear nanotechnology. You can see that when activation is a frozen is a white color, when activation intact is a blue color. Once you taken out is inside ice cream is melt, is become a red color. This technology also we developed. This can be used for making such type of things, including the France. That's what this again indicators means are released from the things and we used it. Then Bojra sir asked about the AL and ML traceability. Even Global Food Pro, they are planning to do with the AML based technology as well as the blockchain technology. One is that AML in the food sector, you can look at the quality control is top leading, and the consumer engagement, product banking, and food sorting and the maintenance. All this area AML is adapted, and you can see the growth rate of AI in the food processing. Continuously, it is growing. So one can even think adopting the AIML in the food system, mainly for the quality control. Many they wanted to use it. Then customer engagement, customer feedback, and the production backing. That is another way of looking into that. The microplastics, again, everywhere microplastics, and we are taking the 5 gram of microplastics every week. So because if you see that our sea, 4 ton of the plastics, sea fish, and 3 ton of the plastic, that's what it's coming. A lot of studies demonstrated yes, microplastic coming to the food chain. So that one should think when you do the processing and how to handle it. And we develop some technology using AML based technology. to detect the microplastics in the food system. It is really works well. Another technology what we developed is the blockchain technology. This is the simple technology. Every stage of the your product is moves from the farm to distributor to the factory to retailer. That data will be added into that. So just you scan your product, you can get to know which is the farmer is produced, when it's the transported, and when it is the cultivated, and when the critical control point is break sometime, that indication also you can get. That's what is been developed by the blockchain, and it has been even food global food pro. Some exclusive session, exclusive people are coming. Any one industry, a food industry supply chain, you can adopt the blockchain. That is the ideal way of doing it. And gut health and is a very much today I come to space food, and both are increasing. Space food is a very small area, but gut health is important. Again, the market of probiotics and prebiotics is continuously increasing. So we developed something on the gastrointestinal system at the CSIR-NIIST. It can be used to detect the how the food disintegration happening and how that GI is predicted. All these things can be done. And as I said, gut health is very much important. One should think how we can utilize such facilities to detect the food molecule, how it goes. Space food, now India is building the space station. So can these astronauts can print the food at space? And NASA has developed this printer and is printing at the space because they need more calories from us. So that, but it is not for the business side, but now we are sending many people to the space. So that food also play the major role to design the space food. And consumer choice, this I put exclusive for this audience. When you wanted to start doing the food business, these are the areas are really doing very well as per the recent studies. One is that health and wellness focus. If you do the business on that, yes, you are the really you can succeed it, and failure is very less, nutrient rich and clean label. Label should be very clean. You should not add these added additives. These are not clean label product. For example, rice. What I said, it's a clean label. We are not added anything. Only rice. From the rice powder, we added the fiber. We added the protein and all like that. And that technology enhanced food, smart food, innovative food processing, 3D printing, or the high pressure processing, or pulse electric field, such a very high end technology enabled process. That means your competitors are not have the that much space for compete with you. So better to do that type of technology. And convenience, the ready to eat, ready to cook product. If you look at COVID, after the COVID, ready to eat, ready to cook product increased more than 24% in India. That's what the processed food market continues to drive. So that area you can think about it. Other area is alternative protein. See, protein cost is increasing and we need a protein. Whey protein is ideal, or egg protein is ideal, or meat protein. But people are vegetarian, they want alternative proteins. Where will go? Peanut protein is good, or how much it is the digestibility we have to see. Recently, some advertisement you have seen. You take two chapatis equivalent to 7 eggs. No, you can't compare like that. Egg is a high quality protein. Chapati, what we have gluten and all other protein, wheat protein is not equivalent to the egg protein. So how to supplement? That's what we need to think. And if you have the proper understanding, again, that market is big. The sustainability is important, especially for the packaging. I mentioned about that. You need to think sustainable packaging solutions. So you packaging market also growing. 40% of the Indian food industry belongs to the material called packaged material. So that once this industry commodity market is increasing, packaging market also increasing. So one can think how you can enable your idea to the packaging side. And immune boosting foods, enhanced immunity. This again, like if you take this one, it will solve that. It reduces your blood pressure, all these things, and but you need a scientific evidence to back up that one. So these are the area right now one can think about starting the food business, and almost all the area Global Food Pro is going to showcase. Having said that, if you look at the consumer preference from the 2012 to 24, increasing in the processed food continuously. the shift you can see that not only the rural and our urban and rural, not only urban and rural as well. Everywhere people are switching over to the processed food. That's what definitely this is the ideal time one can think, and you can again percentage of share household spending money on 2000 to 2023 3 years. 2000 it was 9% of the income has been spent for the packaged food. In 2023 it is become a 23% of the income in Indian household spends for the packaged food. So it is not only a global market. When you are looking into that, you can think about this market as well. So ideally, it's the way you need to think the how you can do the business. And emerging trends, again, I said earlier, customer trends. As a food processor, you can think about personalized precision nutrition. Nutrition is the key. One can give alter proteins, micronutrient, probiotics, anything, omega-3 fatty acids, all these things, including the lutein, all these things, when nutrition personalized way, if you give, yes, you can succeed. Sustainable proteins are alternative to meat. Sustainable protein market, again, food waste valorization. From the waste, what we have done from the waste material of the milling, we convert as the rice. Same thing you can think about any waste product. The banana waste you can convert into something, and whatever the waste you can do, your input cost of the material is very, very less, then you can convert. The clean label natural ingredient. If you're able to make, someone asks why we have to go for synthetic color. Yes, this is the what it is. Any product has a clean label. It's a natural product. You have the big business and advanced food processing. What I mentioned about some of the technologies I mentioned, including the high pressure processing or the pulse electric field and using the blockchain, all will give confidence on the customers for your product. And digital transformation. Use the AML based total digitalization and functional and probiotic foods. The probiotic food market is the one of the big market because gut health. People wanted to see that gut and brain axis. That's the last one. So that probiotic foods and a fiber rich food. If you increase the protein and the fiber, your GLP-1, you may be glucose like peptide one. That enhances the weight loss management as well as your well-being. So if you wanted to increase the GLP-1 peptide in the intestine, you need to increase the protein and the fiber. So such type of product you can target. Definitely people may love to have such type of product. So these are the area I wanted to touch upon today's meeting. These two things mainly on the customers and what is the emerging trend and what are the areas already I shown that. Future is depends on what we do present and make a good food not only for you and our society as well. Once again, thank you so much for sharing my thought. And I'm very much sorry for initial glimpse from my side because I have traveled from my institute to another institute. That's what it delayed. And still, I can take some questions. Once again, thank you so much. Over to the moderator.
Thank you, sir. Lot of insights. Okay, we have some questions here. I will start with Ms. Hema Madan's question that was posted. So Hema Madan represents a company called Millets Cart, and it's working to build a millet-focused platform connecting producers, value-added millet products, and consumers. So from your experience in food processing and research and innovation, sir, which processing technologies or product categories do you believe have the greatest potential to transform traditional millet products into scalable, convenient, and commercially successful foods while retaining their nutritional value?
No, like already millet is not like a earlier. Now many people are using the new technology. So definitely, yes, some technologies are there, mainly for the initially pre-processing, pre-conditioning millet. One can think a lot of technologies are right now available. So you can use that technology. And the second one is that millet is the storage mainly. Once you milled, it is the problem of long storage. So that is the what you can think how best you need to increase the storage condition. Third one is the packaging. Millet you need especially good packaging material. Otherwise, it start rancidity is coming, then it will be spoilage. So that technology. But How the pelletability. The millet is another problem is pelletability. If you're adding into the biscuit, the color changes and all other problems are happening in the where you are adding into that. So we need to see that how the combination of the technology one can help to enhance it. I can't say this technology will get directly to that. For example, extrusion technology, yes, that may help some extent, but not totally will can have a single technology for the full solution.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have a question from Ms. Mudita Verma. Please explain some examples of gut-brain axis food.
Just now I spoken. Actually, when your gut is good, your brain is very good. Lot of studies nowadays it's coming. Your behavior is depends on the food what you eat one side. Another one is the how this is behaved in the gut itself. So that's what people are correlating these two things. Mainly, if your fiber rich product, if you are taking, your gut health is increasing. That's what your behavior is changing, especially for the brain. It is a signaling. So that's what I said. The GLP-1, GLP-1 not only for the small intestine, that also in the large intestine. So that will give again fiber will induce the GLP-1 hormones to produce from the large intestine. That will help you to manage that, and also you feel pleasure. So that area one really can pitch in, and you can think about to start the business on that.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions can be posted in the chat box.
It was a nice session, madam. I think Dr. Anandaramakrishnan a lot of his time, and you can ask him, and then you can conclude the session with a vote of thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, there is a question from Ms. Varsha Shukla. Sir, what about using Ayurveda medicine to make wellness shots?
Yeah, now it is increasing trend in the India, but you have to be cautious. Now we have a two regulation. Ayush Ministry also is telling. Another one is Ayush Agar from the FSSI. So you need to think before adding any Ayurveda molecule into the food. You need to see the safety of that. You need to grassroots. This can be used as the food or not. One should think. Simply you can't make it that onto the suddenly added into the food. So carefully you have to think selecting the Ayurveda formula into the food, because you are selling as the Ayurveda formula is entirely different. But adding into the food, and you need to think a grass state, and you need to follow the Ayushaga regulation of FSSI. But it will give definitely will give better benefit. I have seen one person was telling fatty liver. He's planned with the millet and some formula of Ayurveda combined one. He's the doctor, Ayurveda doctor. He came to me and he showcased the lot of patients got reversible on the fatty liver disease using the both food. The food is the millet, and he uses Ayurveda formulation along with that. He treating the patient like that. So yes, some if you have the documented evidence, then you get the clearance, then you can come to the market.
Thank you, sir. So what? So further to that question, Ms. Harsha Shukla is asking, like ginger, turmeric shots, neem, giloy, moringa, etc. If those can be given as shots.
Yes, that is another way, because moringa is the wonderful product. It has the iron and is a magnesium, and one of the natural calcium is present in the green leaf is the moringa. So that is the excellent supplement. One can think about it, and this combination you never get it. And also leaf also has the protein. Moringa has a protein as well. So that sort, if you are planning really good ginger with that moringa, it's a wonderful idea. You can think about, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Harish Kumar has a question, but Mr. Harish Kumar, I'd request you to please elaborate on this question. Biopackaging technology required. Are you asking for the technology, sir? Please elaborate on your question. Sir has already in his presentation mentioned about it. Okay. Sir,
Yes.
Mr. Harish Kumar wants to understand.
It's available, Harish. You can send a mail to director at NIIST at CSIR-NIIST.in. Otherwise, you Google my name, you will get my contact detail. Please send the request. Our team business development unit will contact you regarding that technology. And one more thing, we have the another one technology. Due to the time, I'm not able to present the cutlery. We made the plates, cups, spoons from the rice husk and waste. Now, Tirupati Devasthanam has announced the tender for supply of this one. So we can use that also. Yes, you can connect the LinkedIn as well. My contact details are there. Otherwise, you can contact Vasudha ma'am. She will connect me through them also. You can connect.
Definitely. Okay, it's 5:30, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time. We understand that you've been really, really busy.
I'm really sorry today, whatever
No.
happened. Normally, it never happened because of
Yes.
this commitment to come to here. Here, a lot of security issues. We can't use pen drive or my laptop. And this is the big file. I'm not able to download from mail to their system. All this confusion. Finally, we convert as a PDF, send it here. Somehow we managed it. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for being a
Thank
patient.
you.
Almost after half an hour, I took that time. Thanks, Vasudha ma'am, and also
Thank you
Bojra
so
sir.
much.
Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to share my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
We
Thank you.
have posted the director's email ID in the chat box. You can anyone can take and you can mail Dr. Anandaramakrishnan.
Sure.
You can
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, I'd like to, thank you very much, sir. Really, one of the best way to start off our knowledge series at Global Food Pro. One of the most required topics that you've spoken about, touched about various technologies that can be commercialized for MSMEs like us to take off as business ideas as well. Thank you very much for your time. So one of the questions was also if this presentation can be shared so that, people know where they can reach out to in terms of the technology that you presented about. So if that is a possibility, I'd request you to share the PPT with us, maybe some of the required slides, anything that can be shared with our MSMEs. So we'd like to do that, sir.
Sure. I will change some of the things I can't give.
Yeah, whatever. That's why. So whatever it is that you feel you can, at your earliest convenience, if you can share the presentation, we will share the information with our with the participants. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank all the participants for being a part of this. A lot of you have joined on time, and it's really very encouraging to see the turnout. This is only giving us more confidence that we can bring in more such points of discussion, which will help MSMEs, move towards a direction of what they can do in the food processing sector. So like we mentioned earlier, Global Food Pro is not just a trade show. What we're looking at is to bring together an ecosystem, and all of us are a part of that particular ecosystem. So look forward to building a stronger one at it. So thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Anandaramakrishnan, for your time, sir. Again, really appreciate all the value that you keep adding to us, and for your guidance as the advisory committee, as a vice chairman of the advisory committee for Global Food Pro.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vasudha ma'am. And thank you, Bojra sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, sir. So I'd also like to thank our office for facilitating this particular webinar. And you can continue to reach out to us, support@globalfoodpro.com. We will be in touch with you. Please follow our social media handles and our website for more information on what's happening at Global Food Pro. We'd request you to also scan and register for Global Food Pro. Those of you who are interested in participating, like we mentioned, we're not just a trade show happening in May 2027. We will be engaging with our vendors, with exhibitors, and also with international participants to bring about a buyer-seller meet that will happen through the process of these 10 months. So the engagement has already started for people who have already registered with us. We already have 30 confirmed exhibitors with us. Request the remaining interested participants to please scan and register for it. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for your time. Bye-bye, sir. Thank you so much. We have also posted about the membership for Laghu Udyog Bharti. Request you all to please click on the website link, and you can also enable your registration as a member for Laghu Udyog Bharti Karnataka. A lot of benefits are available for members, and once you become a member, you can avail them. So request you all to please check the link for membership registration of Laghu Udyog Bharti Karnataka in the chat box. Please feel free to reach out to us in the team. We have sent you emails, so you can all reach out to us for any further questions or queries that you could have. Thank you all for your participation once again.